Okay, let's start. Today's topic is the background of The Negro Speaks of Rivers, written by Langston Hughes. It's actually a poem. Um, I'll definitely give a detailed analysis of this poem, but before giving that detailed insight, I would like to add a background of the poem. So this video will basically be having the background of the poem, okay? I'll add part 2 of this poem, which will be having a detailed analysis of the poem. Okay, let's start with the writer's background. Yeah, the writer here is Langston Hughes. His full name is James Mercer Langston Hughes. Actually, he's of African American descent. He was a poet, novelist, playwright, and also a social activist. He was basically very famous for being a poet, and he has also written almost 60 plays. Okay. Mm, when we look into the biographical detail of Langston Hughes, we come to know that he was not having a very stable family life, which means his parents were not together with him when he was growing up. His father was a black. He even escaped to Mexico to escape the prevailing racism. So, as his parents were not living with him when he was growing up, he was living with his grandparents, especially his grandmother, where he got to know a lot of black culture, heritage, and he even got exposure to how the black people are being abused and how still there is a trace of black culture or black identity prevailing. So he was so much fascinated of being a black, and he really wanted to be a proud black amidst the a hatred for black people. So let's get into the context now. Mm, Langston Hughes was actually very much influenced by Walt Whitman. You know who has written Song of Myself? You know the poem, right? The Song of Myself, which is celebrating one's own identity. Likewise, this poem will also be celebrating one's own identity. And one should know that Langston Hughes was also a pioneer of a very such movement. By such movement, I mean a movement which celebrate the context of being a black. Okay, we'll go into that later. But before that, have a look into a few of the important works written by him, which are Fine Clothes to the Jew, written in 1927, which critiques black bourgeoisie. And he has also written poems like Harlem, Mother to Son, The Negro Speaks of the River. Yeah, now let's get into the literary movement he is associated with. Harlem Renaissance is actually um, Renaissance, a change. Renaissance means basically a change or a rebirth, which is happening in the place called Harlem, which is in America. This is actually by the name of the literary movement itself, you are coming to know that there is a rebirth. There is something which is changing in Harlem. So something was already prevailing in Harlem, America, and that something was being changed, and that something is changed because of the new thought process or new ideas which is coming into being, which is the identity of celebrating blackness. Okay, I'll be very simple now. black Black movement called Harlem Renaissance is basically trying to celebrate black people who are already being scorned. At first, black people are being scorned, but black people are being humiliated for being black, uncultured. for being barbarian, or for being ugly. But then this rebirth is coming, which is claiming that it's okay to be black, it's okay to be ugly, it's okay to be uncivilized or so called uncivilized. What matters is that one have to celebrate one's own identity. And through this literary movement, a group of literary artists, black artists especially, they come together and they build and establish the condition of being black, their tradition, their culture. And that way there will be an end to a racism, or that way we can get over the very radical phenomena called racism. Okay, this moment was actually taking place around 1920s, and I just wanted to add this one paragraph here because it was very core of the Harlem Renaissance movement. I'd like to read that for you. We younger Negro artists who create now intend to express our individual dark skinned selves without fear or shame. If white people are pleased, we are glad. If they are not, it doesn't matter. We know we are beautiful and ugly too. The tom tom cries and the tom tom laughs. If colored people are pleased, we are glad. If they are not, their displeasure doesn't matter either. So core, this core quote of the Harlem Renaissance in itself speaks for this literary movement. And next, let's have a background look about the poem. Actually, this poem was conceived when Langston Hughes was at his very young age. Actually, it is believed to be said that he wrote this poem at the age of 17 to 18 while he was traveling to Mexico, where his father was. Well, especially while he was crossing this Mississippi River, you can see the clear connection between Walt Whitman, Mississippi River, and Langston Hughes. Okay, and this poem as well. I hope you know what I mean, right? That crossing the Brooklyn Bridge, which was written by Walt Whitman, which has this mention of this river, Mississippi River, and there is a clear connection between that poem, Crossing the Brooklyn Bridge, written by Walt Whitman, who was a huge influence on Langston Hughes, and this poem, The Negro Speaks of the Rivers. Okay, let's get into the background. Actually, this poem was first published in the journal called Crisis. This is actually a very important black asserted journal. Actually, this was also an official publication journal for the organization called National Association for the Advancement of the Colored People. See, it is always a derogatory term to mention them as Negro or black, but still, the title of the poem, The Negro Speaks of the Rivers, is trying to assert that it's okay to be a Negro.